All right, remember this is game 4 Leo, so I'm not too shocked.
And the Olay chance come out for game 4 Leo.
Tweek looking a little lost in this fourth game.
This is the most historic rivalry.
It's undeniable. Something shifted in the Smash universe this past weekend at Ultimate Summit 5. The event generated seemingly infinite storylines. Proto cements Japan's dominance with another win. Light overcomes Akola and finishes second yet again. Kola gathers himself from a disastrous start to rally to third, but the second most viewed set, and arguably the most compelling one, from Ultimate Summit 5 happened before Top 8 was even set. It's fitting, even as Ultimate continues to evolve in the post-lockdown era, that one matchup still rules over Smash Ultimate. Today, we take you through Tweek vs MkLeo at Summit 5, and the massive history contained within this single set. There was already enough at stake when MkLeo and Tweek met in Losers Round 2 on Sunday. Leo got Kazuya pretty hard by Riddles in his first match of pools, and when he was reverse 3-0'd by Gluttony in the Gauntlet stage on Saturday, the stage was set for chaos. Tweek, meanwhile, bounced back from his own gutting 3-2 loss to Gluto in his first pools round. He reverse 3-0'd Spargo in his next set and then took out Jazzo to claim the first seed of his pool, arguably the event's toughest. The reward? A set with Light to open the main bracket, with the loser sitting directly in Leo's path. Tweek's loss set up a rematch of the Ultimate Summit 3 Grand Finals, in an Ultimate Summit 5 Losers Top 8 qualifier. Of Tweek and Leo's 16 offline sets, only one other set took place outside of Top 8, their winners quarterfinals matchup at Ultimate Summit 3, where Tweek broke a losing streak to Leo that dated back to EVO 2019, when Game 4 Leo truly arrived on the scene. Back at the beginning of the year, we laid out the deep history of Game 4 Leo, or more accurately, his history of pulling off reverse 3-0s. You should really watch the video if you want the full story, but we'll lay out the important stuff for you here. Prior to Summit, Leo had gone down 0-2 19 different times at major events. He went on to win 11 of those sets, a ridiculous 57.8% success rate. In theory, we would expect evenly matched players to pull off reverse 3-0s just 12.5% of the time. When we measured reverse 3-0 success rates in 2020, we found reality was pretty close to theory. 11.7% of players successfully completed reverse 3-0s in a dataset composed of hundreds of best-of-5 sets. That's one way of saying that MkLeo's reverse 3-0 success rate is superhuman. Another way? In order to drop down to that 11.7% success rate posted by us mere mortals, Leo would have to lose 75 straight sets after going down 0-2. Then, you can understand why just about the entire world started acting like the set had just begun when Tweek closed out Game 2 to take the 2-0 lead. Yes, Tweek had managed to slay his demon at Summit 3, closing out not just one but two sets after going up 2-0, but in both of those cases, Tweek won Game 3. Game 4 Leo didn't get to come out at all. Tweek won against Leo at Collision as well, but that was a 3-1 set where Leo won Game 2. A great win for Tweek, but still not part of the Game 4 Leo myth. The Game 4 Leo myth, it goes, is that if you can't stop Leo in Game 3, you're going to get absolutely run over in Games 4 and 5. This is something we didn't analyze in our earlier video, so let's go back to the tape. Was Leo actually that dominant in Games 4 and 5 of his reverse 3-0s? Or was that just our collective brains allowing the legend to overtake reality? Well, the human brain is pretty good at fooling itself, but not this time. He really was that dominant. Here, we have a look at how much time Leo and his opponents spent in the lead following the first stock loss of Games 4 and 5 of Leo's reverse 3-0s. There were over 20 cumulative minutes of gameplay following the first stock loss in these 22 games, and Leo held the lead for over 80% of that time. Let's take a look at some of the few times that it was close. Remember Castle Siege? That was 8-Bit Man's attempted counterpick against Leo's Ike at Smash Conference United, a launch month tournament in Florida, after Leo finally shelved his crusty Richter down 2-0. A huge reversal on the second stock of Game 4 led to a back-and-forth final stock before Leo was able to shut it down, and he would win Game 5, also on Castle Siege, pretty comfortably. Game 5 of Grand Finals against Samsora at the same event showed Leo's clutch factor. Despite trailing for the entirety of the match, he was able to pull off a huge comeback and exploit the lightness and floatiness of Peach. One Ike combo sent her off stage, and the forward tilt killed at an absurdly low percent to give Leo the first of many ultimate major victories. At Summit 3, it looked like Spargo could become the chosen one, the one to put down Game 4 Leo for good. For the first time in ages, since Tweek at EVO 2019, he was able to actually take a lead against Leo in one of these elimination games after Leo salvaged the set. But this graphic overstates the extent of Spargo's lead in Game 5. He took the early stock lead, but Leo was able to equalize quickly, and Spargo's meager percent lead wilted under the pressure of Leo's persistent Joker. Spargo also pushed Leo to the brink at port priority 6, holding leads in both Games 4 and 5 of Grand Finals. But this set showed just how quickly Leo could swing the momentum in his favor. Yes, Spargo held the lead for the majority of Game 4, but almost none of that was on the final stock. Leo lost his first stock to an SD, held on to his second stock like his life depended on it, and then demolished Spargo's final 2 stocks in the course of less than half of a minute. And then there was Cola, who had the shortest lead of all of them, but arguably came the closest to sealing the deal at Glitch 8.5 with the forward smash that could have been. But that's just about it. Leo spent more than twice as many of these games with the lead, 15, for the game's entirety than he did trailing at all, 7. And nobody dealt with this more than Tweek. Game 4 of Tweek and Leo's EVO Grand Final set went down to the wire. Lest we forget, Tweek was frames away from connecting the sweet spot of his Charizard down air to become the EVO champion and kill this myth before it even started. But it sour spotted. Leo hit the tech, and the rest is history. Leo could win Game 5 with ease, as well as the subsequent bracket reset. He would go down 2-0 and breeze through Games 4 and 5 just a week later at SmashCon 2019. And then, in his sets at Congo Saga, Frostbite 2020, and Riptide, Leo didn't trail for a single second after the first stock was taken in any of the Games 4 or 5. When Leo was able to take the first stock of Game 4 at Summit after spending over a minute at 100% damage or higher, it was understandable to believe that we were seeing the same old show once again. With the exception of a few seconds when both players were on their second stock, Leo held the lead for all of this game as well, deleting Tweek's final stock with another one of his trademark early up B to back air KOs. Leo took the first 2 stocks once again in Game 5, but Tweek got himself back in it with intense survivability on his second stock, doing to Leo what Leo did to Tweek in Game 4, surviving for over a minute at 100%. That's one thing to accomplish against Diddy, a character who benefits more from being hard to hit than being able to KO early. But Byleth? That's a character designed to end your stocks early. And for Tweek to hold on to the stock that long against a myriad of kill confirms in Leo's repertoire is nothing short of incredible. Still, Tweek was facing a mountain to climb here. Making a comeback against MkLeo is hard enough. But consider the history at play. Tweek wasn't just fighting against the best player in the world. He was fighting against the best player in the world and the shadows of all the comebacks he had made before. Many of them against Tweek himself. Tweek jumped out to a big percent lead on the last stock. But we've seen how little that matters to Leo in the past. Leo was able to go nearly 30 seconds without getting hit and bring things to a last hit situation. After Tweek finally found a monkey flip, it all came down to a spot where, particularly in the Byleth Diddy matchup, Leo had been getting the best of Tweek, the ledge. Putting the opponent on the ledge should be Diddy's win condition, but nobody maneuvers around Banana better than Leo. One of the defining aspects of Leo's win at Riptide 2021 was his ability to use Byleth's up B wall jump and arrow B reverses to juke Tweek out of his winning position. Between his ability to cover the ledge with up air, catch banana tosses, and force reversals with nair, and keep Tweek guessing as to when he'd approach with B reverse arrows, Leo was able to break through more often than not. As Winners Finals drew to a close, Tweek was so unsure of his position on the ledge that Leo was able to use fear to earn his way back to center stage, even turning some of these situations into stocks. It's easy to watch the ending of this set and find it anticlimactic, but watch it again with the weight of all that history behind it. One of the hardest things to do in Smash can be to simply wait, like Tweek had to do here. It's so simple. But an antsy dash in the wrong direction at the wrong time would have been all that Leo needed to get back on stage and threaten with another reverse 3-0. Instead, Tweek stayed patient and caught the neutral get-up to take the set. So, What does all of this mean? Is the legend of Game 4 Leo dead? The numbers are still pretty staggering even after this one loss. 11 for 20 in reverse 3-0 situations is still staggering. He's still won over half the times he's gone down 0-2, something that nobody else can even approach. After this loss, he still needs to lose 74 straight times after going down 0-2 to get down to the average 11.7% success rate we cited earlier. Even if he were to go down 0-2 that many times for the rest of his life, there aren't that many people out there who would take that bet. But undeniably, something shifted at Summit, and has been shifting for the past few months. Smash Ultimate has always had its crazy results, but the top level is supposed to provide consistency. Leo's dominance, and Game 4 Leo in particular, were the bedrocks of our understanding. When new young players and crazy DLC characters start upending everything we know about Smash, Game 4 Leo is supposed to be there to remind us that there's an established order, and that things do make sense. The end, or at least the start of a new chapter, of this myth couldn't be more fitting for Ultimate's current age. Never has there been more competition at the top. Between Japan's recent chokehold on international majors, the incredible consistency of Light and Gluttony, the rise of Onin at SmashCon, the return of Zachary, and the fact that Tweek has once again established himself as a legitimate threat to MkLeo and Spargo, there are more legitimate contenders for Ultimate's throne than the game has ever seen. Smash never sleeps, and major action returns this weekend with Glitch Regen. Subscribe now to keep it with PGstats as we cover the entirety of a packed autumn of Smash, including the upcoming Lost Tech City and the Big House 10 as well. Thanks for watching. My name is Last, and I do so hope you've enjoyed this video, and, as always, I'll see you next time.